sip wine.
What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
Niggas is feeling like a little bit of more energy than I felt like 5 seconds ago. And I want to say it is alcohol. Alcohol is the razzle dazzle that puts the sauce in the energy. It's like
You took a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel like, I just feel like you
I feel like I have energy and I need to take a shot.
I don't feel like you have energy.
Okay.
I feel like you have natural energy, but you don't have podcast energy.
Okay, I feel like I do.
Because you said you were tired, you were like yawning, and I'm like, it was yawn after yawn after yawn. Like you yawned, I yawned. We were talking about how contagious it was. So I feel like when I was like, oh, crackhead time, boom, shot. And now I feel like maybe it's mental, maybe it's not, but I took one and I'm feeling good.
Well, I'm not gonna take a shot this episode, so let's see if I still feel like, all the energy and, if it's still like a good episode for me without having to drink. Well, even though technically we still are gonna drink.
Yeah, we're still gonna
So we're not gonna be fully sober, actually. So I don't know if it works if I do drink wine.
I mean, I think it's different though. I feel like we usually can balance it out because wine makes you tired and alcohol makes you a crackhead. Okay. So it's like, hopefully you don't get tired and you like get, very sexy. Cause that's what wine does. When
wine does make you feel
like
sexy.
Sexy and tired, like what my nigga doing today?
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So let's get back to story time, y'all. So my birthday's on Tuesday, but I did celebrate this weekend. Yes, tomorrow's Tuesday. My birthday's tomorrow. But I celebrated this weekend. So, I just felt really loved and excited. It was a great weekend for me. It was no drama, no like extraness. My people that were there to support and love me. I got super drunk yesterday. My friend drove me home. So
you got drunk Saturday and Sunday. Stop just saying yesterday like yesterday was the only time you were drunk.
I felt like I was drunker Sunday than I was Saturday.
I believe y'all were because y'all hit 3 spots and I said we only did the bike bar and the bike bar was enough to take me out. And I'm like, I think I'm pretty good at being drunk in moderation, but getting drunk as fast as we got drunk, I'm out for the count.
You think we got drunk really fast?
On Saturday?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did. It's only because we had the bike bar for
only an hour and everyone was passing out shots. And then when we go into a spot, we're getting another shot.
Yeah.
We knew no restraint. And then we decided to go somewhere else and I was asleep. So,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We're getting old, dude.
We the old hoes in the club now. But I had a great time. I enjoyed myself and I'm ready to do the spa day tomorrow. So yeah.
I love birthdays. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Love you. And you're getting to the old bitch club. So
yeah, I am.
And I love that for us because now we're realizing we can't drink like we used to. And we thought we could. Cause I literally took shots yesterday when we were eating and I was like, literally, and I never feel that way. I always feel like more, but my body didn't have enough time you have to have more recovery time the older you get.
Exactly.
So should I tell my story time?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so my story time is kind of maybe showing a little bit of my, is it vanity or vain? Like when you're vain?
Vanity. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I know that we always say that it's always a thought that counts and little things matter, but how little is little, okay? So
little booties matter. Little booties matter.
So this man sent me some money last week for lunch and he sent me $10 and what am I going to do with $10? Yeah. Like $10 is not even enough for me to get food on DoorDash.
Some people probably feel like, well, you should be appreciative. He sent you something, but I'd rather just send me nothing than to send me $10.
Because the thing is, I don't find it as an insult. I just feel like that makes it seem like I'm not appreciative, which I'm not. Because it's like, what am I going to fucking do with $10?
Yeah.
Do I look like I'm about to go to Chick-fil-A? Like Chick-fil-A is more than that.
Chick-fil-A is more than $10?
Yes.
Damn, that's expensive.
I know.
Shit.
So I don't know where he thought he was taking me or I was taking myself with $10.
Maybe he was like, hey, get some Starbucks type shit.
If he would have said Starbucks, that would be more understandable because a coffee.
But he did say lunch.
He said lunch. A Starbucks is not lunch. That's a pre-lunch.
He said lunch on me and sent you $10.
So that's why I want to know.
Maybe that's what you were worth.
And if that's the case, I accept if I'm a $10 hoe, just not somebody else's $10 hoe. I don't know. Maybe someone else's $10 hoe, not yours.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's weird.
I don't think it matters who it was. Just don't send me $10.
I just wanted to find some appreciation in the idea of it, but yeah, it's not hitting. It's not. So I hope if you do see this, women don't appreciate $10.
I just want all men to know whatever she asks for, just times it by 2.
I didn't ask for anything.
I know, but I'm just saying, for example, whatever she asks for, times it by 2. Or like whatever you feel like you should give her, just times it by 2.
Yeah, I feel like 20 is like a solid thing to just send. Like,
yeah,
20 is like...
is a minimum where you should start off for lunch.
I mean, and that's even just saying, like, because I eat by myself. When I even went out to eat for BB's last week, I spent $50 by myself.
Yeah, I easily spent $40 to $50 myself.
So it wasn't like I was taking myself to a 4-course meal, but it's like 10
you can go to a buffet. No, not even a buffet no more. They're like $13.99 now.
Girl, that's what I'm saying. So I had to come off. Even if my meal was $10, if my shit was $10, I would still have to come off from tax and gratuity.
Well, he was just trying to help you pay for put the tip. That's what it was. The $10 was the tip.
Child, I don't know what the fuck you was trying to do. I don't even want to know.
All right. Well, the girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill, where we create conversations. Oh, wow.
Sipping wine.
I go by the name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
And I go by the name Ambitious Baddie with a Fatty Teray. So, you remember when we were like younger, we never wanted to be called a bad bitch? We always wanted to be like classy.
Yeah.
Or we never wanted to be called a bad bitch. But now at our grown ass age, all we do is call ourselves badass bitches.
And then we're like, oh, you a bad bitch.
Yes.
We call our friends bad bitches.
And then we don't even get mad if men call us bad bitches no more.
I do.
I don't.
Yeah.
I just feel like you kind of sissy if you calling a woman a bitch.
I don't matter. Not be okay with a man calling me a bad bitch.
Yeah, I've had guys be like, oh, you a bad bitch. I said, oh, whatever. You know?
Only when they're gay, I don't mind.
What? That is so weird.
Well, because like gay men are like, it's just like I have like gay niggas in my close friends, like see me shake my ass. Like gay niggas get past it, straight guys don't.
I feel like they should, because I feel like it's a term of endearment. If we give it to each other, like if I can call you a bad bitch, I mean, I'm not gonna call him a bad nigga, you know? Like, I feel like that's weird. But I feel like calling you a bad bitch, that's a compliment to me. So I love it. I like, people like, oh, you a baddie or whatever. I said, yes. Like,
I agree. There's no add bitch after it. Okay.
I want a bitch after it.
Well, if you haven't already, check out our YouTube.
Yes.
Our TikTok. Our Reels, our Sip and Review, when you send a shit and review it, our Facebook, our Twitter, our YouTube. I think maybe I already said that, but we're gonna move on anyway. We did this too many damn times, y'all. We've been struggling. We've been struggling, y'all. It's been a struggle to get this done.
All my life.
We had to fight
her.
All right, so let's get some motherfucking would you rathers.
All social media platforms at the Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is Sip and Spill 1.
So let's get into some would you rathers. Okay. I'll go first. Would you rather lick peanut butter off your best friend's nipples, or have your pet lick peanut butter off your nipples?
Okay. So, as stated earlier, I said I don't like when people sexualize animals.
Yeah.
So I said I will lick my friend's nipples all day, every day. Give me some fucking peanut butter, organic, Skippy. I don't give a fuck. So.
Do you think it's weird when people kiss their dogs? Is that sexualizing their dogs?
Absolutely not. I just think it's the white people. I don't want to say that's just white people think, 'cause I've seen white people do it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. I don't know. Why are you? I can't. I just don't. I'm just thinking about B's dog and how he was trying to she was trying to lick me in my face yesterday. I was like, baby. That's a baby. I fuck with you, but not that bit. Like,
yeah, and dogs' tongues are very dirty. They lick their own assholes.
They do.
So it's like
if you think, question, you think a human will lick their own asshole if they could?
Absolutely. People are disgusting. Have you heard of 2 girls, 1 cup? Wait, someone said it was fake. They weren't really eating shit.
I've never seen it.
You never seen 2 girls, 1 cup? That changed my whole childhood. It was 2 girls, 1 cup was traumatizing. I was never the same after that.
I've heard about it, and just hearing about it made me end up
You do not want it. It's about a video about these 2 girls taking shit from their ass, putting it in a cup and eating it. But apparently it wasn't real shit, so I don't know.
Were they black or were they white?
Girl, you know they weren't black. Come on now. Come on now. So and there was something where they stick something in a guy's pee hole or something. The internet was wild back. The internet is wild now.
It's still wild. I'm gonna say
it was really wild back in the day.
I'm gonna say on Twitter, you literally scroll see one person crying about their ex, and then next thing you know is a dick is right next to the next tweet. I'm like, y'all don't censor this shit no more. It's not sensitivity no more
on Twitter. So, but they want to talking about what I say on Twitter when I'm going off on someone about this dick and pussy on Twitter.
Dick and pussy is free advertisement, so
I guess so.
So my would you rather is, would you rather be criticized or ignored?
Okay, I definitely rather be criticized because I don't like being ignored. Especially by someone I care about. Like, don't ignore me. But honestly, sometimes I don't give a fuck about you if you ignore me if I don't. I guess it depends on how I feel about you.
Facts.
You know, because, not all criticism is constructive and people just be talking shit. So definitely I would still stick with being criticized.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll still probably stick with being ignored because I love having a little cuckoo narrative in my head about how you got me fucked up.
Okay.
Because ever seen that meme when they were like, ever listen to your girl's story and you hear that she was a problem? I don't want to hear that was a problem. I want to think in my head that they had me fucked up.
I'm never the problem.
To this day. And you still feel that to this day. So let's get into some wine facts. We can get into the motherfucking tea time.
Tea time. So even though I've had this for about 2-3 weeks, I did not write down the wine fact, but I got it because I really like the tree. It was really cute. It's called The Dreaming Tree. What's that song about? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas? Something like that?
Girl.
Was that the song?
Yeah.
Okay. Or there's I Had a Dream speech by Martin Luther King Jr. But anyways, it's a 2020 red wine from Argentina. You know I love my Argentina wines.
Is it a red blend or what is it?
It is a red wine. You didn't say it was a red blend.
It's a blend because they will tell you if it's a Merlot.
Yeah, it's probably a blend. It says it's a special blend, like you said, hand selected from our favorite varieties. This wine pulls you in with the notes of smoky berry and a pop of raspberry jam. Around the table or out on the patio, it is a wine you're going to want to share with your favorite people. And that's what I'm doing right now. So let's go ahead and taste the wine, see if we like it. Hopefully we do.
I already don't like the fucking color. It's giving very much communion wine.
So we're judging people by the color of their skin now? We're judging wine by the color of their skin?
I mean, I can't try by the color.
What did Martin Luther King said? I don't know what that speech is. I ain't gonna lie.
What did Beyonce say? I could do for you what Martin did for the people.
So we're gonna quote Beyonce and MLK? We ain't shit, y'all. Pull up MLK's I Have a Dream. Says,
I had a dream that
black girls and white boys will...
No, we had a dream that black women were sitting around drinking red wine, being bad bitches.
Okay.
I forgot why people existed.
Oh, shit.
I like it, Picasso.
This shit was bitter.
I like it.
Ooh, it has a bite to it.
I like it. Okay, come on, beat my ass.
Go straight to with the white people and the black people being together and not being judged by the color of their skin, but the character of something.
Content of their character.
Yeah.
How you know someone got good character? Well, we just talked about character development, so we should know what good character is.
Okay, I guess the speech too damn long, y'all.
And I'm really sick to my stomach. Why do they keep putting these pictures in black and white when we keep saying 50 years ago?
It's not that long.
No, 50, 60 years ago, they had color in pictures. So they want to make it seem like this was when fucking... Rosa Parks. No, that was Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks had happened around that time.
Okay.
So let's get some motherfucking tea time now.
Tea time.
So Leah Thomas, she is a trans swimmer.
Yeah.
And she is
male to female.
Right. And she is competing in the women's, I don't know what you call the team. What's the professional women's swimming team called?
I don't know if it was Team USA, but we can definitely
I thought it was NCAA.
Yeah, it's NCAA.
Okay.
She's a college athlete.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So NCAA, right. So anyways, and a lot of people are in turmoil up and roar about it pretty much because they feel like it's unfair for someone born male to be swimming in an all-women's team because, men do have certain biological advances that we don't have. And that's why she went from being, well, I'm going to say he, because this is when he was swimming with the male team, he was like number 500 and something. And then he goes from a male team to a women's team. And now she's number 1. So how do you feel about her swimming in a women's team knowing she was born male?
Okay. So if we're talking about it biologically, you're not a female. If you identify as a woman, that is all by design and your choice. But I only feel some type of way just because I know there are things that men physically can do that women can't. Yeah. Just same as like women, we can have children and men cannot. Yeah. So I feel like that's not the determining factor, but I feel like, do you have an advantage? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. And I think that difference is a huge difference when we're talking about sports where you're getting paid or you're getting endorsements. Like when you are using the advantages that you were naturally born with. Okay. And I don't know, it's like, I don't want to be offensive, but I don't feel like it's fair. Okay. I don't feel like it's fair. I feel like it's okay if you define as a woman and you want to be swimming. I think that's okay. Nothing's wrong with that. But it's not fair because
to be competing
at that level, because like you just said, her ranks changed tremendously from when she went from a male to female. Because if you were doing this with all men, you couldn't stack up. I feel like you can still be a swimmer, but just because you identify as a woman, can you not swim with the men because you were born? I don't know, but it sounds weird saying it out loud because it sounds like I'm trying to be discriminative, but I'm trying to make it make sense.
Right.
So.
Okay, I'm going to not even play devil's advocate, but I'll put this out there. How do you feel about, Serena Williams? How do you feel about Serena Williams? She is more built than an average woman. She has big arms. She's very muscular. She's strong. Does that make it unfair for her to play with the women's team?
How is that unfair? She was born a woman. That is organic. That's what she conditioned her body to. She's been doing that shit for years. Right. This woman, I don't know how long she's been trans. How long has she been trans?
No idea.
Oh yeah, we probably should have looked that up too. I'm gonna say like some people it'll be different if maybe she peaked at puberty where she, some people transition earlier in life so they don't get everything that happens when you become a man. Right. So with the hormones, what's her name? It's Leah Thompson. So when you are at a certain age with your hormones and your growth, it's different. Like physiologically or phenotyping, what I'm trying to say is she looks like she's built like a man. Yeah. Respectfully. So she looks like she transitioned post puberty. Yeah. So if she was to peak or she was transitioned before, and like she's puberty, not
a small woman either. She's tall. She
like
has
6 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want it to be fair. I just feel like it's like saying, what's the name? Caitlyn Jenner. Imagine her winning all those as a woman instead of a man. Yeah. It just makes a big difference. When they were like, oh, Olympic female, I'm like, she was a man when she won those, though. I'm not taking away from her being a Olympic champion. Yeah. But when she won them, she was Bruce Jenner. Yeah. So.
I agree. I really don't think it's fair because women are not as strong as men, and you were probably you're training as a man. So it's just, but the thing is, like, what really can I do about it? I just feel like you should compete with whatever you were born with. But what about hermaphrodites? What do they get to do?
Whatever they want, baby.
So it don't matter for them?
Transgenders.
So, but we're saying that you should compete with what sex you were born with. So what if you're a hermaphrodite? Where should they compete in?
Whichever one they identify with.
Okay.
And I feel like, I feel like I'm over here retracting my statement. But if she identifies as a woman, she can do it with the women, but I just feel like it's not fair because she does have an advantage.
So 2019, she started doing her replacement.
Yeah, so that was like not that long ago.
Yeah.
So she was like a full-blown male. Yeah.
Speaking of 2019, this is the last time I wore this dress. I wore it in Vegas in 2019 before the world ended. So I just want to put that out there. Next thing is Blueface. I don't really care for Blueface. I'm not really a fan of him.
Buzz down, Tatiana.
Has he came up with another song since then?
Baby.
Okay, so he's just like what? What does he do? Just
one hit wonder, shawty?
Give women hell and get them pregnant and leave them?
Absolutely. I love that for him.
Yeah. So Blueface talked about how he has slept with over 1,000 women. And here his mom coming out talking about he has a right to do that because we let gay boys love men. Why can't we let my son sleep with as many women as he wants? I didn't raise no kids as a liar. And I'm just like, and then she just kept referring back. She went back to gay men again at the end of the conversation. I'm just like, I don't know what this has to do with gay men, but we were talking about your son sleeping with a whole bunch of women. And like we say, body count doesn't matter. That's not the problem. I just feel like if it was a woman that said that would have been a whole different kind of reaction that we get when Blueface did it,
I just don't know. How did he find 1,000 bitches that wanted to have sex with him?
He's famous.
How did you keep count of that, though?
How do you keep count of that? Like, maybe he has like a little black book and he puts a tally every time.
In my opinion, I feel like that's just very it's very vain.
To keep count.
It's like, are you trying to conquer women? Are you trying to be Nick Cannon? Yeah. Because I feel like Nick Cannon, is the only person that can say how many people he has sex with and have proof of it.
We see the babies.
We see the babies. But I feel like, what do you get out of saying you had sex with 1,000 people?
I don't know. I really don't.
In my opinion, I am knowing about the probability because I know how men operate and I know how some women are very lax when you have money. The probability of you using protection on all of those people is very unlikely.
Girl, women are very, very lax when they have money. They want to be pregnant.
They want to be pregnant.
Yeah.
And there's nothing scarier than a man putting a threat against my life getting me pregnant.
Yeah, even a rich one, because you can have a future ass baby daddy.
Hello.
All right, but we wanted to talk about India. because a couple weeks ago, Dirk was asked what was his favorite thing about India, or something about what he loves about her most, something similar to that. And he went straight to her body count. And he didn't say how she made him feel, how she was supportive, how, you know, she loved him. It was that her body count was low. What do you love most about India? Wow. That makes it even worse, is that's what he went to and asked what he loved most about his girl was her body count. I just feel like...
And once again, it's a vanity thing. Like, you want to say that, oh, not that many niggas hit it.
Yeah.
But respectfully, as a woman that's done it before, women lie about their body count all the fucking time.
That's what I'm saying.
You know why? And I have no fucking shame in doing it. You know why? It's none of your fucking business. I probably fucked maybe, 10, 15 dudes, and I'm gonna tell you only 10. You know why? I like lying to you just like you like lying to me, bitch.
And it's like, why do you even feel comfortable discussing your girl's body count amongst men?
I mean, I just told you, vanity.
That's so weird.
They want to make it seem like my bitch is untouchable. She only fucked 3 niggas her entire life. I got the... But I'm like...
Why is that the first thing? Even with T.I., when he was telling everyone that Deja was still a virgin, why are you as a father letting all these men know your daughter's a virgin, to leave her open to get fucking all these crazy ass DMs? Because you know how niggas want to break women's virginity.
Exactly. And I feel like, honestly, fucking virgins are not like what y'all think it is, okay? It's not fun. It lasts less than 3 minutes, if that. So what? You get the trophy for breaking someone's virginity and breaking their heart?
Yeah.
Really? That's what you want?
So I feel like as a society, let's move past body count. And if we're going to say it's okay for Blueface to fuck 1,000 bitches, well, then it should be okay for India to fuck 1,000 niggas.
Hello. And I love that for her.
Period.
So I sent this meme to Sammy earlier today because we were looking for inspiration for our episode.
We were stealing.
I feel like saying inspiration sounds so much more influential. It means that the people that we take it from are adding to our greatness.
Okay.
So let's give a shout out real quick for the... No. Okay. Well, the meme that we saw, it says, people who can't communicate think every discussion is an argument. And I think that's absolutely true. I used to talk to this guy who every time we had a disagreement, the first thing he went to was like, well, if you don't want to deal with me anymore, that's okay. And I'm like, just because we have a difference of opinions does not mean that I think you're a bad person. I just feel like I like to talk things out. I want to get out the way, and boom. You feel me? And he didn't feel the same way. And I feel that is very true. If you have a trauma brain and it's working against you, you're going to always self-sabotage. Yeah. So
I agree. A lot of people think having a conversation, is a disagreement or it's an argument. You can have a disagreement without an argument.
Facts.
I feel disagreements are natural, they're healthy, and they're a part of life. And the best, how you deal with them is talking about them and getting over it and not letting that stop your communication.
And I've also feel like it's awkwardly, I know I don't want to make it mainstream, it's toxicity, but I'm I feel like it's extremely unnatural for you to never have a disagreement with anyone.
Yeah.
Regardless if it turned into an argument or a but I feel like if everything is always peaches and cream, and I'm that's very inauthentic.
Yeah, I agree. What's the Clubhouse word? Disingenuous.
Damn, we ain't been on Clubhouse so goddamn long.
I'm not going back unless I get paid.
So that brings us to our topic of conversation. Communication rules the nation.
Communication is key. Men don't communicate. Niggas ain't shit. So we're going to keep...
That was very far left. I was trying to take us down the straight and narrow. So do you have a personal story of you dealing with someone in the communication?
Yes! I do have a personal story, actually.
She was in her soul, y'all.
So, honestly, I'm going to tell both stories at this point. So, what had happened was I called this person. He was upset. I don't even know why he was upset. He didn't tell me why he was upset. But he was just being very short with me and very rude on the phone. And I'm, trying to have a conversation with him. And he was like, okay, well, moving on. I'm like, what? He's like, I said it, moving on. I'm like, okay, well, you can, we can have a conversation when you're wanting to communicate, because I'm not going to be on the phone and be disrespected for no reason, especially when I did absolutely nothing to you. And I'm trying to be open with you. When Sammy likes someone, I'm try to work it out instead of being nigga, fuck you, bye. Because that's really how I usually,
absolutely
deal with things.
She's done it to me before.
No, I haven't. Nigga,
I know.
fuck you, bye. So this person just went a whole week without talking to me. For whatever reason, I really don't understand why. And someone else, we went from talking every day to not speaking at all. Yeah. And I went up to him. I was like, what was the issue? He was just, I was having a bad day. I didn't want to talk about it, and you were pressing me and trying to figure it out. And I just didn't want to speak about it. I'm like, well, you could have just said that. You know, I'm very good at leaving people alone. Once you tell me you don't want to talk about something, or, you know, you don't want to talk about it right now, I'm going to say, okay, we can visit the situation later.
Yeah.
There is no reason for you to communicate so badly that you
don't know if they like you anymore.
Communicate so badly that you can't even communicate that you don't want to communicate.
Girl,
like,
hold on, say that one more fucking time.
You communicate so badly that you can't even communicate that you don't want to communicate, and that just goes to the situation today where I know he asked, okay, what's the conversation about? I told him, and I was like, do you feel like you're a bad communicator? Do you feel like you communicate well? And he was like, he didn't even answer my question. He was like, well, you would know. I'm like, I'm not you. You know yourself better than anyone else.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, do you feel like you're a good communicator? He said no. And I was like, okay, is being a bad communicator something you're willing to work on? And he was like, I forgot what he said, but pretty much he's not willing to work on the fact that
he's not a good communicator. He said he's like really one of those people that's like, it's just who I am.
And that's okay, because you can be who you are. I don't have to deal with it.
Facts.
I don't want to change anyone. I'm not going to stress myself trying to make you a good communicator. I'm not going to try to make you into someone you're not. Mm-hmm. I want someone who is good for me. Mm-hmm. So you being a bad communicator is fine. I don't know how you would expect to have any healthy relationship doing that, but that's between you and God. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Period.
What about you, girl?
So I used to date a guy that when it came to communication, I felt very much that I have to ask very specific questions to get a very specific answer. Because
that is true. I'm just going to interrupt you real quick because I think I said it before, but I was dating a guy and I asked him if he had any kids. And he said no. And then a couple months later, 2-3 months later,
he's like, I have a kid on the way.
Yeah, he took babies. He had baby. He was like, I had it on the way. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I hate communicators like that specifically because I don't like prying. I don't like acting like I have to like pull something out of you. I think that communication should be open, mm-hmm. forthgiving, and it should be like, you know, not universal because not all communication is the same. Yeah. But I think that for communication to be effective, mm-hmm. it needs to be communication that is one that you are not feeling like you are the constant person trying to get information.
Yeah.
It just feels weird to me. And I absolutely hated that. I hated dating someone that I felt like, I'm like,
do I have to constantly get to pull something out of?
I have to. And it's like, and then it always resorts back to, well, I haven't had to communicate for a long time. And I think people have to get out of the mindset of what you've had and what you're doing. Because if you're not actively trying to do something differently, you're going to keep doing the shit that you used to do.
And why are people so okay with being stagnant? Like, why are you so okay with this is just how I am? I'm not going to change.
Because they meet people that are allowing that behavior.
Okay.
When you meet someone that challenges you in your immediate mindset, it's frustrating to them, but it's frustrating to us. So it's like something has to fucking give.
Right, exactly.
So do you think that you are a good communicator, and why?
I feel like I'm a good communicator depending on my feelings and my mood. Because there's some times where I can have no problems having a conversation with you, and then sometimes I just shut down.
Yeah.
So it just depends on really my feelings. If I feel like communicating, then I can be a great communicator. If I don't feel like communicating, I'm the absolute worst. So it's really best to me, I feel like, to always have these, especially tough conversation when you're not upset.
Yeah.
You know, so, and why? Because I feel like, why do I feel that way? Because that's just how I am.
Because Sammy feels like she's never the problem. That's why. You remember?
No, sometimes that's more you. Sometimes I'm more.
You literally said that but that was 30 minutes ago.
That was a jokey joke.
Was it a jokey joke?
Yeah.
After 3 times of saying it on different episodes, it's not a joke anymore. It's a long-standing elephant in the room.
I can be the problem sometimes.
Okay, thank you. This is going in fucking history, y'all, because I've never heard this on the episode.
I've definitely said it.
No,
before.
you haven't. No, you haven't.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, producer?
Maybe.
Producer, tap in. Did she ever say that? He's not even listening to us right now.
I feel like I have. Okay, but anyways.
Okay, so for me, do I think I'm a great communicator or a good communicator? I think I am efficient. I don't know if I'm a good communicator because I think that sometimes when I communicate, I do get out what I need to get out, sometimes more than I need to know what you have to say to me. So I'm not saying I'm a bad communicator, but I'm efficient when it comes to what I feel in the moment for me.
Okay.
And that's not always the best for communication with other people.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like I'm all right. And why do I feel that way? I just said it. Because sometimes, I have main character complex and I have to make sure that I'm okay first before I can make sure you okay. So.
Okay. So we learned there are 5 different communication styles. Mm-hmm. You want to get into them first?
Yes. So I have the first 3. I'm going to pull up my phone really quick. Lovely human beings, but I did write down one of them. So the first one is assertive. This is the most effective style of communication. This is confident. They're confident in their conviction, but they make sure that they don't belittle, nor do they steamroll the conversation. They seek compromise and consensus through active listening. Mm-hmm. And then, so the next one on the list of communication styles is aggressive communication. This communication style can be hostile, threatening, and come off as a place of wanting to win at all cost. Okay. This type of communication makes people feel belittled, steamrolled, and intimidated. My last one. Yeah, you want me to go into all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. The last one is passive communication. This type of communication is also known as submissive communication style. Another way of describing a people pleaser. Mm-hmm. This is the type of communication is self-invading, conflict avoidant. Conflict avoidant and easygoing. This is not to say that you're a passive person, but you communicate very passively to keep the peace.
I feel like that's how men want all of us to be like. Men want us to be passive communicators so we don't say anything to them. Okay, so mine is passive aggressive. I also call this the white woman style. They may seem sweet and easygoing, but they are operating from a place of anger and resentment. Mm. So, that's the, I'm not going to cuss you out, but I'm going to poison your food type shit. This one, I call it the nigga style. No, this is the nigga ain't shit style. It is manipulative communication style. And women too. Let me not say this niggas ain't shit. People ain't shit style. Okay.
I love that you added us in there because sometimes we ain't shit.
Sometimes 1% of women are not shit.
And I'm part of that. I'm part of that. I'm part of that 1%. You're welcome.
Manipulative communication style. They rarely say what they mean. Instead, will bury their real goal to get their way without sometimes the other person even realizing it.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. So what communication style do you think you have?
Okay, so now that hearing it, I think I'm really passive aggressive sometimes. I think I'm a mixture between either passive aggressive or, because I don't want to say assertive because sometimes I don't speak with confidence. Sometimes I just speak. So I'm definitely a passive aggressive and maybe aggressive because either when I'm angry, I don't speak from a place of love. I speak from a place of anger. But when I'm doing passive aggressive, I'm trying to understand, but I'm still trying to get to the best version of myself because my communication sometimes is not the best, and I can really fucking acknowledge that. So the reason why, or I want to say that I'm proactive. Let's say proactive. Proactive is the best way to say it because I'm learning people and I'm learning myself. Mm-hmm. So I am trying to change my communication style based on what best fits me.
Right. And I agree with the passive aggressive one because sometimes when you communicate, you want people to figure it out themselves. You don't say what you feel. You want people to find out what you're trying to say.
Because I'm aggressive.
And but that's also hard for the other person because we can't read your mind.
That is very much true. It's like, I'm extremely passive aggressive when it comes to communication.
Yeah. I think mine is assertive. I feel like this is how I feel. This is what I'm saying. When I talk to my friends, I don't try to belittle them or say, oh, you ain't shit or, talk down on them. But, and I try to active listen and communicate after you say what talk back to you after you said what you needed to say. Do I always do that? Absolutely fucking not. Yeah. But I feel like more times I am more assertive than
you are. I do feel like when you have conversations with humans that I know of, mm-hmm. you come from a very logical standpoint. And that's what I love about you because I always come from emotional. That's why I'm passive aggressive because I would do some shit that, he who cannot be named, Voldemort.
Yeah.
So
well, let's talk about how I really don't think you can change your communication style. I feel like I'm always going to be assertive, but your delivery style can always change depending on who you're talking to. Yeah. Like the way I communicate with Stephanie is very, very different than the way I communicate with you. I can say some shit like aggressively to Stephanie and she will understand. But with you, if I come at you aggressively, you shut down. You don't understand what I'm trying to say.
Facts.
So that's why I try to change my communication, not my communication style, my delivery with you versus other people.
Yeah. So I think the reason why you have to always change your delivery and or style is because I think the problem is with communication is it is never universal, like we said. Mm-hmm. People only understand what they can. So if you tell me something directly, I'm like, bro, that did not come from a place of love. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear it like that. Like you can literally say, Ami, I love you, but. And when I hear that but, I already it's like when someone says, you're getting kind of fat, no offense. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but I just feel like it's like some people, they only hear that you're getting kind of fat and no offense.
Oh, well, there's nothing else to hear after you're getting kind of fat to me.
Or you could say no offense, but you're getting kind of fat. It's just either way, but you see how I said it? Like, okay, just listen to how I say it differently. You're getting kind of fat, no offense. No offense, but I feel like you're getting kind of big.
They're both offensive.
But I'm saying, you see,
hey, girl, you want to go to the gym?
But the delivery is, but we just said the delivery is same, but it's like the style is still like, you know, one of them is more like passive, like no offense.
Yeah.
And the other one is like, you're getting kind of big, no offense.
Yeah.
Like it's like how you. Even though your delivery is different, it's still kind of the same message. So I don't fucking know.
That one's different. I feel like, you say, I love you, but sometimes I feel like you should work on your time management. So when I say that to you, all you heard was that, but just, you didn't hear, should you work on your time management?
Yeah, all I hear is time management. And I feel like this is how I would rather hear it for me specifically.
Okay.
I think you've done a great job on your time management, but you can always do better.
Okay, but what if you haven't been doing a great job? You want to lie?
Yes.
You want us to lie to you?
Passive aggressive.
Okay.
Do you see that? That's how I would rather you make me feel like bring me up before you bring me down.
Okay.
Because if you tell me I think you need to work on your time management, do better, I'm like, damn, bitch. So I haven't done this, and this from shit that I wouldn't do. Because in my mind, I'm thinking that I'm doing enough. But if I'm not, I want you to say, good job, bitch. You can do better.
Okay.
That's literally how
you don't take criticism. I don't mind criticism at all.
We said that earlier.
Yeah.
Criticism is not criticism. It's your interpretation of what someone else is doing. That's what criticism is.
Okay.
Because you might not think someone else is doing enough, and they might think that they're doing enough, a lot better than what they were doing.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like, that's why I said criticism is not always constructive if it doesn't have a solution.
Okay.
So even with having bad communication styles and or bad delivery, can we just talk about the real fucking elephant in the room?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are men bad communicators? Like, what about their life is so fucking hard that they can't open their fucking mouth and just be like, you know, maybe I'm just not meeting her where she's at.
Yeah.
Maybe I am not understanding to the full potential of what she's trying to tell me. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm the fucking problem.
Do you think it can be a nature versus nurture type shit?
I want to say that it is because we've often met a lot of humans that tell us that they give women such a hard time on being this best version of themselves, evolving, growing. We literally stunt men's growth by not allowing them to be emotional. And I don't know if emotional is attached to someone's inability to communicate, but I feel like understanding your emotions help you
communicate better
because you can understand why you're there.
Yeah.
Because how many times have we asked men, what's wrong with you? Why are you having a bad mood? I don't know. I just am.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think because a lot of times we have this narrative, let boys be boys. You know, when boys are aggressive, when they do stuff when they're little, we allow it. When girls are aggressive or do anything, we stop and like, okay, what's wrong? Talk to them.
What's the problem?
What's the problem? With boys, we're just like, okay, he's just being a boy.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably where it might start, why men are such bad communicators. And also, men are not good listeners at all. Like, how many times have you been talking to a man and he just watching your mouth move, but what you're saying don't mean nothing to him? I feel like men aren't like, I don't think men even try to listen to us a lot of times. Some men, I want to say, don't even try to listen because they're so keen on sexualizing us that what we say don't even matter to us.
Let me be a pick me for a second.
Okay.
Do you think women are worth listening to?
Yeah, I feel like we are. We're listening to.
You know that somebody's gonna say that, like,
yeah,
women have nothing of substance to say, so why would I?
Yeah.
So
okay, but even your own girlfriend or wife, how many times has your girlfriend or wife told you to take out the trash? How many times do they tell you to clean the garage? How many times do they keep telling you to pick up your shoes off the floor? Why do they keep saying the same thing? Because you're not listening to them when they say it.
Men want mothers, not wives or girlfriends.
Okay.
Men really do, because I've constantly been in a cycle of my dating field that I'm in right now. And I realize that I feel that I'm constantly repeating myself. And I'm just like,
why do I have to keep repeating myself? And then they're going to complain that we keep nagging. I
feel like men lack understanding because their priorities are not where ours are.
Okay.
And I don't want to speak universally for that, but I want to say that it's a common thread that I've met through men that I've dated.
Yeah.
That they just lack the understanding of importance of what it's like to be a actual sufficient functioning adult.
So you're saying the reason why you have to keep telling him to pick up his shoes off the floor is because he don't think it's important enough to pick up shoes off the floor?
Yes.
Okay.
Because men will keep their fucking car cleaner than they'll keep their house.
That is true.
You know, women, we will have our car looking like shit.
My car is fucking dirty as fuck. My car is white and it's brown right now. Okay. So yeah, I got dirt in my car.
My car will literally go to shit and I'll be like, well, my house is clean. So, because our priorities are different.
Yeah.
So they don't prioritize knowing how to communicate because they don't care to know how to communicate.
Yeah.
They care about their materialistic, tangible things that they can put their hands on. Mm-hmm. Communication is not something they can understand, so they don't want to fucking try to understand it.
Okay. Gotcha.
So me and Sammy actually looked up an article written by a man that said why men are bad communicators. And it went over my head because I felt it so strongly in my heart because I've been dealing with so many niggas that was just niggaing. Yeah. That I forgot that I wrote down shit and she was over here looking at me like she was saying her shit and I was saying my shit, but I was going off the experience, not off the article. So in the actual article, it did say that the reason why men are bad communicators is because they do not like to be forced to talk. They don't like, empty conversation. They just want to, They just
want to have sex. They just want to fuck. They don't care what
I don't know if some men
fuck.
just want to have sex because I told you about that man that I'm talking to that doesn't want to have sex with me because of So I don't know if it's just sex because if that was the case, we would have been fucking and we're not. So with that being said, I'm fucking mad at him.
Oh, okay.
I'm extremely mad.
Okay.
Shit. Fucking horn dog. Okay, so another reason why men do not like to communicate is because they struggle with being clear and direct. Mm-hmm. Like men like to, like you said, men don't like to hurt our feelings. Mm-hmm. They want to give us the illusion that everything is okay, but
knowing damn well it's not.
It's really fucking not.
To avoid hurting your feelings.
And then last but not least, it's because men lack understanding when it comes to certain situations. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why in entirety, what we saw or what we read is that men are bad communicators.
Y'all, after we just went through clowning niggas about how they don't listen, this bitch don't listen. So she had to get some hand sanitizer. And we were telling her, hey, it's in the back. It's in the back. It is in the army. You are in the front of the studio. It is this bitch still opening lockers, touching shit, still doing her own thing. So you know what? I take that back. Niggas and army don't listen. That's what it is.
I'm fucking embarrassed because I literally thought I knew what I was like. At this point, like I said, I'm a passive aggressive listener, okay? And talker, okay? So.
All right. So also, guys, they don't like direct questions. They don't like difficult questions, I feel like. When you're asking anything about what their life goals are or, what do you see yourself in 10 years?
They don't like intrusive questions.
They don't like intrusive questions.
Because they don't know, bitch. They don't like questions they can't answer.
Because niggas don't know what they're going to do in 5 minutes.
Want to know all that. I'm here right now.
Right. Well, I'm just turning off the vibes and chill. I'm just vibing, We're just trying to see where things go. Nah, you can't see where things go with your life. Next thing is they feel like it is an unwinnable competition. Most men don't have the speed of words to compete with their partners in a conflict. Because, they say women talk more than men, in our entire lifetime.
We do. Mm-hmm. We literally do.
Yeah, we say more words than men.
Don't run out of words just ever.
So a lot of times in the argument, you see your partner will shut down and he will stop talking because he doesn't have the capacity to keep going back and forth with you because he have no more words left to say.
I'm gonna say his processing time probably takes 3 to 4 business days.
It takes 2 to 4 business days to process what you said. He's just like, that's what he does. That dumb nigga stance like, huh? He started scratching your head like, what you mean? What you trying to say?
That's the real reason why niggas only respond to one part of your long ass text message because they only understood one part of it.
Niggas are dumb. Oh my God.
Do you have another one?
No.
Okay, so let's get into how sometimes having bad communication can lead to conflict.
Oh my God. That's what just happened right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. I had to cut this nigga off because of how he has horrible communication skills. And it's not even you having bad communication skills. It's the fact that you don't even want to work on it. Facts. Or maybe what my producer said, I'm not worth it for him to work on it. So whatever it is, I don't, moving on.
But my question is, what is the fine line between bad communication and ignorance? Because hear me out. I think that we have such a standard for men and how they should talk to us and court us in the talking stage. Mm-hmm. But what if that is not a natural thing for them to do? Like, using you, for example, with you talking to this man, you was like, this man's not hyping me up enough. And I'm like, what if that's not natural to him?
Right.
So it's like, you think that's like a lack of something and he doesn't see it as a issue because that's not something that he naturally does.
Right.
And I feel like same for me. I've always been a woman that likes to talk to a man every single day. But now that I'm talking to someone, we literally go 3-4 days without talking. And I don't see a problem with it because I don't want to talk every single day because I don't think there's anything to talk about every fucking day because life is getting very repetitive. I'm getting old and I don't like talking for no reason now. So I guess I am starting to feel like a nigga because I'm like, if there's no purpose of what we're talking about or if I'm not about to see you later on tonight, why are we talking in the morning? You don't have to ask me about how my day went because I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. You see me posting and you're watching my stories. You know?
Yeah, I don't agree. We don't have to have long conversations every single day, but I feel like a check-in is very necessary in a relationship. If you have the kind of
relationship, not a talking stage.
Isn't that not a relationship? I don't mean like...
I think we're starting to put too much... I feel like as women, we put too much emphasis on talking stages when they end up how we're at right now.
Okay.
And I feel like you're more like, what the fuck? And I'm more like, okay, well... Yeah. The blow's not that hard because I have not put that much invested. And imagine how much you invest in talking to someone every single day.
Yeah. I don't mind it. So I definitely, it's important for me to whoever I'm dealing with for us to touch bases every day. We don't have to be on the phone all night. We don't have to talk on the phone every day or any of that.
It's cute. Very cute though.
I'm not really a big phone talker anyways.
I love talking on the phone. I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't like texting anymore. Texting is no longer in my vocabulary. So.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of times it does lead to conflict when someone not even doesn't know how to do it, but the refusal to even try to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are a bad communicator and you're trying to get into the better light of things, these are some tips that can help you get to the
light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Thank you. So one thing you should do is be consistent, but don't repeat yourself too much. I feel we said that a lot.
I do that sometimes.
So we repeat ourselves a lot. And sometimes repeating yourself does not get the message across any faster.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if you're a bad communicator and you're trying to be better, just be right there. Say what you got to say. Boom.
Boom. Yeah. But what if you do that and they do it again?
And I want to say we have to stop taking that personally because I used to always believe if you have to repeat yourself more than once, they don't respect you. But like we said, maybe someone does not fucking understand what you're trying to tell them.
Okay, but you're saying don't repeat ourselves, but what if we have to? What if you say it again?
Don't repeat yourself. Say it in a different way. Like, be like me. Try to get to the word count. Literally say it in a different way to a way that they might understand. Okay. We always say communicate how someone can understand you. Because you could, like I said, you could say what you think they understand, but we are human and we're fucking stupid. So
this is a big one, especially for me. I'm very bad at this. Don't use universal statements. I always say niggas ain't shit. That's, of course, we all know all niggas ain't shit.
I love you, black men.
But when we're talking to someone, don't be like, oh, you never listen to me, or you always do this, or because that's not true. Like, Facts. There is times where they can do something right a million times and you're only noticing the few times, because if you're saying it's probably because they did it a couple times, the few times that they did it wrong. Yeah. So try to limit universal statements. And it makes the person feel better if you're not saying they always do something, because you make it feel like they're always fucking up and they're not doing a good job.
Yeah. And okay. Another way to be a better communicator is to talk with people and not at people. Usually someone that is a more aggressive personality, as myself, I do find myself thinking that my assertiveness is really assertive when it's really coming off as I'm talking at you and not allowing you to get out what you need to say. So with that being said, always be mindful of allowing someone to digest, talk. You don't have to keep talking for someone to understand.
Right. Don't interrupt. We're good for interrupting, when a man's trying to explain himself.
Everyone.
And
I just did it right now.
Well, I mean, we're talking, so it's different. But when you're having a conversation with your man, or you're having a disagreement with your man and he's trying to explain to you and you just keep asking him questions, you don't even let him answer the first question. You ask him 3 questions and the nigga haven't answered the first one. So you keep interrupting, or be like, oh, don't look at me stupid. Like, we do a lot sometimes. So don't interrupt. Wait for the man to answer the question. And if you do try to answer the question, don't tell him to shut the fuck up and keep going, ask him another question.
I mean, I don't do that. So that sounds really harsh. And last but not least on my side is cut the fluff. If you need to have a conversation, don't
go to a backstory on how to get there.
Exactly. Yeah. Get to the fucking story, because the longer you talk, it's like less effective.
Yeah.
Because
a nigga's attention span is like this long.
And that's even for us too, though. Yeah. I'm like, I don't need to hear the backstory because I probably heard it 3 days ago, but you're repeating the backstory when I really want to hear why we here where we're at.
Yeah.
So
be fully present. This goes for both men and women, especially me. Sometimes when people talk, I just be looking at them and not really listening to what they're saying. So when you are having any kind of disagreement with your partner, definitely try to be fully present. And before we even get to the questions, I have I guess this is a question. So we were talking about how, men are, bad communicators, they don't know how to communicate effectively. Mm-hmm. But how do gay niggas stay in relationships?
They don't.
But they do, though. Gay men are more likely to stay together than gay women. Mm. Yeah, their relationship lasts longer. So if we have 2 gay niggas, is that offensive the way I say it?
You are saying it. You're saying gay niggas. You just say
gay men.
Men in a homosexual relationship.
We have
you have
2
to be politically
men.
Correct.
We are not politically correct in this,
about anything.
About anything. But if we have 2 gay men in a relationship and they are, quote unquote, bad communicators, how does the relationship work?
I want to say that communication is always a choice. Okay. So they're making the choice to be more understanding, to be more mindful. It's always a choice. Like, heterosexual, homosexual. Right. It's always a choice to be communicating.
Right. Because, he could have chose to work on his communication for me, but he chose not to. He chose not to. So he might choose to do it for someone else.
Exactly. And that's his prerogative. So let's get into some questions.
All right. Why does what some men pay for child support anger other men that are not even paying it?
Because, damn.
You've noticed that when a millionaire or something has to pay like $200,000 worth of child support and all these niggas who are not paying for it get angry? I
mean, they just feel like they probably see themselves in that black man. Like, damn, what if that happened to me?
But you're not that rich.
What if I get there and they try to do that shit to me? I feel like that's why, because men try to emulate another man because they don't have their own life to fucking worry about. And they're like, damn, what if my baby mama try to do that to me? Damn, what the fuck?
All she taking is $200 a month.
I'm sick.
That's it.
If you crying over $200 a month, my pussy ain't even worth it. Okay, just listen, because I'm gonna get more. But I don't never put my man on child support.
If your man isn't doing what he is as a parent, you would not put him on child support
because
you would let him not support the child.
I feel like people that don't pay child support can't. People that can do.
Girl, so what's Future's excuse?
We don't even know his finances. I feel like it might just be, I don't know. Or maybe he just doesn't fuck with him that much. And that's another thing. Y'all stop having kids by niggas that don't like you. Stop having kids.
Maybe he doesn't fuck with them much. What does God do to give his child?
But I'm saying stop having children with men that don't like you.
Yeah.
If they genuinely don't like you, you could fucking tell. If I'm having a friends with benefits situation with a man and I happen to get pregnant, why the fuck would I keep that?
Yeah. I agree.
Tomato, whatever, the pancake, okay?
Yeah, I agree.
So my question is, what is the hardest part of communication?
The hardest part of communication, especially for me, is being vulnerable. Allowing someone to see your vulnerability is probably the toughest part for me. So I think that's tough for other people too.
Okay. I think the hardest part of communication for me is understanding that someone else has feelings outside of me.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
So when I'm feeling something, I'm like, of course you feel this shit. How do you not? Mm-hmm. So that's my hardest part when it comes to communication.
Okay. What communication style do you hate the most?
The one that I have. Aggressive. Okay. I don't like always feeling like I have to be right or get to the end of the goal. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not even solution based. Because when you say solution-based, I feel like it's more passive-aggressive. You're more caring, you're more assertive. I don't like my communication style because sometimes I feel I get in a lot of conflict because of how I communicate. Okay. And not intentionally.
That's very mature of you.
What about you?
The communication style I hate the most is the manipulative one.
Oh, yes. I forgot that was even a communication style.
Yeah, you don't gotta lie and manipulate me to try to get to your point or try to make me see your point by being manipulative. Just say it.
Just be mean to me so I can cry about it and get over it.
Yeah, that's really, to me, that's childish.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do you deal with a person with bad communication?
I usually don't. If I like you enough, I can deal with it if you're willing to work on it. You know, if you were just, this is how I am and that's it, then clearly I'm not going to deal with it. But yeah, I usually don't know. I usually don't deal with men with bad communication styles. I feel like if I'm trying to get talk to you and you don't want to talk to me, I'm just going to leave you alone.
Yeah, I think it's different for me. I think I adjust my wants and needs when it comes to communicating with you, because if I know you can't get me a certain amount of communication or the style that I want, I adjust as needed, because some people I will be passive aggressive, some people I'll be assertive. Like, I feel like I do switch. You said your style doesn't change, but I feel like mine definitely does. Okay. And I've known there's probably times I've probably been assertive and there's times I've been manipulative, but it always changes with the person and what the end goal is.
But you also said like what you do also changed with the person you're dating. Yeah. Like you start doing stuff they do because of Yeah, it just makes no sense. So you think that's codependency? No, I feel like I'm a chameleon and I can fit in with anyone because I know how to put myself in any position and still win. All right. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Y'all, I just want to say I did this episode without taking a shot. I'm proud of myself. So thank y'all for following us on the journey with Sammy being partially sober. Thank you for taking the journey on me when I was dumb as hell. I don't feel like you communicated that to me properly. My feelings are actually hurt. Okay. Assertively. Follow your girls on all the social media platforms at The Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is Sip and Spill 1. And where I leave us a 5-star rating. Gives me some 5-star bitches. And hold on, y'all. Before we end this shit, I need y'all to know every nigga deserves a safe space. That's what it says. Wow. Shit. I don't even fucking read at this point. Wow. Love y'all. Bye. Love you. Bye.